Hey, folks. Start recording. Here is Richard Blumenthal involved in surveilling candidates that are against him, having them arrested, having them medically kidnapped, having them tortured, and surveilling the father of a U.S. Senate candidate after offering a bribe.
Senator Durbin, for your leadership. Thank you to my colleagues for their work. Many of us, as federal prosecutors, have spent a fair amount of time in this building.
The worst federal prosecutor ever. He had 400 human trafficking arrests in Connecticut from 2006 to 2016 and zero prosecutions. Zero. Why do you think he wants pedophiles around? I don't know. Maybe because he is one.
As U.S. Attorney, I work closely with the FBI. Let me say,
Bullshit.
no building in our nation's capital.
3 of his staffers are FBI agents. 3. And they're guilty of all kinds of things. All kinds of things. Things I'm willing to talk about.
Better deserves the American flag than this one, because the FBI agents who work here put their lives on the line.
The FBI is currently saying that Blumenthal skimmed $3 billion off the top of Ukraine. Let me repeat that. The FBI is saying, now whether they're agents or not, they're claiming to be agents. They're claiming that Blumenthal skimmed $3 billion off the top of Ukraine. Just like Judge Meyer in the federal court that Blumenthal put on the bench was in charge of 2,200 companies getting oil for food bribery through Saddam Hussein.
Risk everything for our country, are patriots and heroes, and they deserve better than
such a bullshit artist
who promised, I'm quoting, all FBI employees will be protected from political retaliation.
No, his FBI agents are criminals. His FBI agents are criminals. Yeah. We should have a discussion. Not on the internet, in a closed door setting, because they are also murderers. Yep.
He said it under oath. At that very moment, he was involved in directing covertly the purging of FBI employees based on political retribution. At the very moment, under oath, he was denying that there would be any political...
If an FBI agent attacked a political candidate, they should be outed. And Richard Blumenthal is saying his own operatives should not be outed for doing what he asked. What he asked was a crime, okay? He asked them to commit a crime, and they did it. So FBI Director Comey worked for Blumenthal. Who works for them? Corradino. Who works for them? Oh, Forensic. D.A. Tamaccio, D.A. Hallstrom work for Dennis Bradley's informant, Jim Himes' informant, staffer, convicted felon. Hello? I'm not the only one, folks. There are 5 that I know.
Political retribution. And in fact, in the days that followed, top leaders were fired, and
as they should
a lot
be.
Of employees were given word that they would be let go as well, simply because they were involved in a criminal investigation of Donald Trump to...
Hold on a second. 9 Bridgeport FBI agents, I'm told, got fired. Is he talking about them? What they did? Is Richard Blumenthal talking about the agents that were fired for doing what he expected them to do? Is Richard Blumenthal talking about corruption in Bridgeport? The FBI was investigating Bridgeport gaming contract. I am told that Blumenthal took a bribe on that one too. And what happened to those agents? Oh, adios, muchacho. South of the border they went.
Which they had been assigned. They did what they were assigned to do, and the result...
They did what they were assigned to do, and they were protected by the person who gave them the assignment.
Was political retribution. For all the reasons that my colleagues have outlined so well, and I think that, you know, there are just overwhelming number of factors that argue he is unprepared and unqualified. He has an enemies list. He has these foreign entanglements. He has talked about and glorified the January 6th rioters as political prisoners. There's no question.
Which they are.
He is unqualified and unprepared. The only question is whether my Republican colleagues will do the right thing. And let me...
Excuse me? Excuse me. Do you know Gino Giovanni in Connecticut? You should. He is a class act. J6er. Did Blumenthal put him away?
I say to Republicans who may vote for Kash Patel, this vote will haunt you. You will be held accountable. You will rue the day of this vote.
You will rue the day of this vote. That's a threat by a demon. A demon just threatened you.
If it's in favor of Kash Patel, because the American people will hold you accountable, and we will make sure that the American people know about this vote.
He's a desperate man committing massive crimes that affect millions of people. He wrote the Green New Deal, he wrote the Iran deal, he wrote the late-term abortion bill. This guy wrote, I think, 1,400 bills, okay? Cory Booker wrote 39. This guy wrote 1,400 bills in the Senate to destroy America. This guy is so destructive that I don't even understand why. I shouldn't say that, okay? What I will say is that you got one chance to grab a congressional seat this year, Connecticut. And guess what? If you rig the delegates, let it be on your conscience. That's all I would say, because right now, Richard Blumenthal controls Meyer, Oliver, Assistant Attorney General Oliver, Assistant Attorney General Kohler, who was Secretary of State during his election, which he screwed the pooch on, and his son needs to go to jail because there's so much evidence that they manipulated the vote that it's not even funny. Every single town has evidence of them manipulating the vote through Noink. Who's Noink? Noink is Liberty Voting. They purchased Dominion Voting. They own Smartmatic software. And Scott Bates went to Serbia, worked on Serbian elections, knows the programmers, and created the back doors for the Connecticut Democrats to rob elections. It's straight up in your face. He doesn't care. He thinks Kash Patel is a threat to him. Well, that's why I like Kash Patel. Hey, now let's see what he does and let's help him do it. Because right now, 232 people approved this. 231.